Now, you've probably heard about folks like Wyatt Earp, Jesse James, Doc Holliday, and Wild Bill Hickok. Legends of the frontier whose stories are known all over the world. The Old West is full of tales about courageous men and women who helped shape the country. But this isn't another tall tale about some make-believe, pistol-packing paragon of justice wandering the territory looking for another wrong to right. No, the story you're about to hear is about three men who are by no means saints, but often found themselves in aid of those who could not stand up for themselves. Brave and often ruthless men who traversed the territories, leaving a trail of death in their wake. This is the story of three brothers. This is the legend of the Brothers Phloater.
You're still doing it wrong.
How the fuck you gonna tell me I'm doing it wrong? You can't even see what I'm doing.
Because I know what fixing a wagon wheel sounds like, and it sounds like you're doing it wrong.
I am not above pistol whipping a blind man.
Fine by me, just so long as I'm awake to hear you explain to Phil why the wheel fell off on our way to town after you fixed it.
All right, fellas, this here's Otis. He may not look like much, but he's real strong.
It's a mule.
Yeah, he is.
Don't you got any horses or an ox or something?
Otis can do the job just fine.
All right, fine. Let's get him hooked up. Come on now, don't give me no trouble. Just need to get this.
Calm down, Otis.
What the fuck is your problem?
Maybe he don't like how you smell.
I smell just fine. This mule's just being a jackass.
He's always a bit stubborn when it comes to getting him to yoke. Usually we just give him some carrots to calm him down.
We ain't got no time to play date into his delicate nature.
I'm sorry. Do what with his nature?
You know, make him happy. Now get over here, mule. Come on now, mule. Just stop.
Whoa, Otis, whoa!
God damn it, would you just stay still? I gotta get this here yoke on you so you can pull the damn wagon.
When we last saw the Brothers Phloater, they agreed to help Miss Kitty Morgan and her brother Henry fix up their ranch. The Morgans' rival, Charles Kane, had sent some of his men with an invitation to parley, but the brothers interceded, sending a message of their own that the Morgans were under their protection. In the week following, the brothers had done all they could on the ranch, but they're in desperate need of supplies to continue their work. Their plan is to head into Strawberry to try and purchase everything they need. That is, if the mule will cooperate. Now, normally, hitching up an animal to a wagon ain't all that difficult. Most folks are able to handle it, even with the most temperamental of animals. But ever so often, you'll find an animal just too plain stubborn to cooperate. I'll let you decide if I'm talking about Fart or the mule.
Maybe you should just show him how to wear it.
That ain't funny, Frank.
The mule laughed.
You think it's funny, mule? How funny will it be when I shoot your stupid fucking mule face?
All right, enough. If I let you two keep trying, we're never going to get to town. Henry, hold Otis steady there. Fart, get ready with the yoke. All right, hey there, boy. I know this wasn't how you wanted to spend your day, but...
All right, Phil. I got the wagon all hitched up. I'm thinking if we leave now, we could be back just in time for supper.
The hell took you so long?
Fart here had a battle of wits with the mule, and he came unarmed.
Damn right. We know exactly who the alpha is now, don't we, Frank?
Never was a question in my mind, Fart.
Mine either.
Say, Phil, me and Henry was talking, and I'm thinking we should dig a well so as they don't have to walk to the creek and back whenever they need water.
Well, that'd be pretty helpful and save them some time, I reckon. All right, we'll look into it. Suppose we best be getting on our way or we won't get to Strawberry until afternoon.
Good morning, Miss Kitty.
Good morning, boys.
Well, good morning, Miss Catherine. Boys, why don't you go fetch the wagon?
Yeah, all right. Come on, Fart. Let's give them a moment.
Phil, I hate to be a nuisance, but I wonder if I might impose on you to get the things on this list. It's just that we're running low on some things, and I'm sure Rosalita would appreciate your efforts to keep her kitchen stocked.
Well, seeing as we're the ones empty in her pantry, it seems only right we should refill it. We'll do our best to get everything on here and maybe a couple of extra things to brighten her day.
You be careful, Phil. Now you hear me? Kane's likely none too happy about what you did to his men the other day, and he might be looking to get even.
I wouldn't worry too much about that, Miss Catherine.
Phil, it's all right to call me Kitty. Everyone calls me Kitty. I don't mind it at all.
Begging your pardon, Miss Catherine. While I understand that it's been a spell since we've experienced the formal pleasure of one another's company, may I remind you, with all gentlemanly respect I can muster, I'm not everyone else.
No, I suppose you're not. You're about as different from anyone else as a man can be. I think that's why I fell in love with you all those years ago. Probably why I still feel so strongly for you.
Miss Catherine, Kitty, to say that if there'd been another way for us to,
Phil, you have nothing to apologize for. I'm the one who should be apologizing for being such a coward. When you asked me to come with you, I should have never hesitated. I should have trusted that you'd take care of me. My only regret in this life is that I didn't take your hand and crawl out that window that night.
Well, then, that is, I hope that maybe you and what I mean is, the thing that I'm trying to get across here is that...
I think I know what you're trying to say. But maybe this is one of them situations where words are just getting in the way.
You might be right. Maybe we should just let our actions...
I think in this situation that might be best. So quit standing there with your hat in your hands and just go on and kiss me like we both want you to.
Are we leaving or what?
God damn it, folks.
His timing is impeccable.
Quality, I think I'm gonna have to beat the hell out of it.
Well, go on. Rosalita will have supper ready for you when you get back.
Then I'll be as swift as a wild Mustang. Good day, Miss Catherine.
You come back to me now, Philip Phloater.
Provisions on our list, then we can get Fart's new guns so he'll finally shut up about them.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Phil, what's our plan here?
I'm pretty sure I just explained it to you.
No, not about what we're doing in town today. I mean, what's our overall plan?
I'm still not following you.
We ain't farmhands. Not that I got a problem helping Miss Kitty get her ranch all fixed up, but she could have hired men to do it.
Do you forget Miss Catherine telling us how they is broke and Kane's run off every hired hand they had?
No, I didn't forget. But she could have easily gone down to Blackwater or made it over to Valentine and got some men who was hard up for work or who had more backbone than whoever she had working here before.
Yeah, she could have. But anyone Kane couldn't scare off, he'd probably buy off. You heard what she told us the other night. Kane pretty much owns this town, and he's convinced the folk living here, they owe him some kind of allegiance. So even if Miss Catherine were to get some good men working for her, ain't no one gonna deal fair with her, which means eventually she could starve to death. The only option left for her is to make a monthly trip to the next closest town in order to get supplies, and that's more trouble than it's worth.
She could send an order.
That'll take even longer, and there's no guarantee Kane won't intercept it.
Can't see how he'd benefit from something like that.
Well, that's your problem, Frank. You can't see.
Quit avoiding the question, Phil. If Kane is the problem, then why don't we just go and take care of him?
Frank poses an integrated question.
Intriguing.
What?
The word you're looking for is intriguing. Frank poses an intriguing question.
That's what I said.
You boys remember that bit of business with William O'Hara?
You talking about that fake gold mine he was trying to sell?
You remember what happened after we killed him?
You think Kane might be working for someone else? Someone worse?
Possibly. Kane's responsible for the good fortune hereabouts. but he couldn't have financed it all himself. Even a man as rich as Kane is. I think he's got some silent partners.
You thinking Central Union?
Could be.
You reckon that's why he's making things so rough for Miss Kitty? With all this land being so flat, I imagine it would keep the building costs low. Maybe he'd even get a cut of the profits.
And imagine how it would look to folks if Kane not only managed to help get the railroad here, but built up the whole new town. Something even bigger than Saint Denis.
Shit, they named him governor without even voting. Something doesn't quite fit. It was something one of them fellas said the other day. Something about future arrangements.
Got that too, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kane's got his eyes set on more than just the land. Something rare and precious. A rare jewel, if you take my meaning.
Jewel? There's jewels up here? Well, shit. Why don't we find them and sell them? Maybe we'd have enough to finally get that moonshine operation going you two keep yapping on about.
Well, I like your enthusiasm, little brother, but it'd just be one jewel. A perfect, one-of-a-kind gem, rare and exquisite.
Do you know where it might be, Phil? Let's go look for it.
Fart. He's talking about Miss Kitty.
I'm no expert here. I don't think we can go selling Miss Kitty. Leastways, I don't think it'd be getting enough to set us up a still operation.
You know what? You're not allowed to speak for the rest of the trip.
Oh, you meant 'cause she's pretty and smells nice and Kane wants to bet her. Not like she was an actual... Oh, I got you now.
Not another word.
Welcome in. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Well, good morning, sir. We got ourselves a pretty large order of supplies that we need. We're willing to pay a bit more if you could rush the items you don't have in stock.
Well, let's take a look here. Well, you're in luck. I have quite a bit of this in stock. It'll probably take about 2 weeks for the rest, and that's on a rush. Jonathan, get in here! Take this here list and gather up everything we have in the shop. That's a lad. Now once my boy's finished, I'll write up an order for the rest. As far as that lumber goes, I'd recommend you speak to Mr. Kane there up at the saloon.
Oh, is there anyone else in town who might be able to handle that?
I'm afraid not. Mr. Kane owns the lumber yard and he'll be able to have what you need delivered.
All right, we've got some other errands to see to. We parked our wagon outside, so you can go ahead and load it up and we'll be back soon to settle up.
It'll be done as you say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Boys, let's go.
You reckon Kane's gonna deal square with us?
Probably not. But it won't do us any good to go threatening him when he doesn't. And just to remind you...
Yeah, I'll keep my guns holstered.
A very good morning to you, gentlemen. I wonder if you might be able to spare a moment.
We're kind of busy at the moment,
Oh,
fella.
this won't take but a minute, you see. I'm in need of a decent pair of shoes. Mine have these rather large holes in them, as you can see. I keep getting rocks in them.
Holy Moses, look at the size of those stones, boys! How could he possibly fit in his shoe with his foot in there? I mean, it's huge!
What are you, mister? Some kind of trickster?
Not at all, not at all. Just a poor soul trying to make his way. I've come on hard times and frankly, I feel like I'm at the end of my rope. Perhaps I should just end it all.
No, mister, don't do that. Life ain't so bad that you need to kill yourself.
You're right. Life is wonderful, and it'd be a shame to give it up.
Oh my God! Phil, did you see?
Yeah, I saw it.
Saw what? What the hell is going on?
This fella here was gonna shoot himself in the head, then he turned his gun into a bird, and it flew away. It was unfucking believable.
Well, that don't sound like something that should be possible.
It ain't. It's the devil.
You, my blind friend. I'd like you to think of a number, and I'll pull that thought from your mind.
The fuck you will! Demon! servant of the Dark Lord of Hell, I renounce you in the name of the Lord!
Now, there's no need for such threats.
Frank, goddammit, put that gun away. This man is amazing.
It ain't amazing. It's sorcery. Black magic.
Do not suffer a witch to live among you!
I'm not a witch, I swear. They're just simple sword-hand tricks.
You're a hell spawn, and I'm gonna make sure you can't use your powers to bewitch anyone ever again!
I'm just trying to entertain.
Hellfire! Your soul will burn for eternity!
Fuck this.
What the hell's gotten into you two? That man was a gift. A true artist.
Sometimes, Fart, your childlike enthusiasm is truly fucking adorable. Now, come on!
Y'all don't appreciate the fineries of life.
Good morning. Mr. Fergus. Or should I say, Phloater. Care for another game of cards?
Perhaps another time, Mr. Kane. Today we're here about a business matter. We was told that you're the man to see about placing an order for a large amount of lumber.
Well, I'd be happy to help you out. May I ask what it's for? You planning on buying a plot of land for a farm or ranch? I'd be happy to assist you in procuring a nice parcel of land just to the east of here.
No, we ain't buying land, just helping out a friend with some repairs, fences, and the barn.
Don't forget the corral.
Right.
And where does this order need to be delivered?
Hanging Dog Ranch up in the valley.
I see. I'm afraid I can't fulfill your order, as the Morgans still owe me quite a bit of money. However, once Miss Morgan agrees to my terms, I'll be happy to supply young Henry Morgan with whatever he needs to rebuild his ranch.
Begging your pardon, sir, and just for my own edification, what terms are you hoping Miss Catherine will agree to?
Why, to our marriage, of course.
Marriage? To Miss Kitty?
Of course. You see, Miss Morgan and I have been courting for quite a while now, and it's time to make things official, you see.
Funny how she never mentioned to us that she had a gentleman. You'd think a union and holy matrimony would be a thing to be celebrated, and no offense to you, sir, I got the distinct impression that she was not too fond of you.
Yeah, she called you a real piece of shit.
Fart!
Well, she did.
Look, we came here to order lumber to fix up the Hanging Dog Ranch, and that's what's gonna happen.
As I told you, Mr. Phloater, I can't authorize a sale to the Morgans until...
You ain't selling to the Morgans, you're selling it to us, and we want it delivered to the Hanging Dog Ranch in 1 week. Now, just so we're clear, Mr. Kane, we are not men who enjoy being inconvenienced. So if you're unable to fulfill our needs, or you just don't want our money, then stand there like a fucking man and say so. Otherwise, we'll expect you to deliver this order in 1 week's time.
If I refuse? Are you going to threaten me with physical harm?
Well, if that's your preference.
But we've learned there are other ways to leave a mark.
Physical's just the fastest. And the most fun.
So, Mr. Kane, what's it gonna be? Are we spending our money with you, or are we riding down to Blackwater?
Very well. I'll have your order delivered in a week.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Kane. We appreciate you saving us the trip. We'll take our leave now. And a word, man to man like. I wouldn't go booking that church just yet.
I think the man's got a temper.
You know, we could solve a lot of problems if you just let me go back in there and...
In due time, Fart. In due time.
I hate to say it, but Fart might be right in this one instance. I get the feeling Kane's not a man who takes kindly to being insulted. He ain't gonna let this sit.
We'll handle it when it happens. Now let's get the rest of Miss Catherine's supplies and Fart's guns and get back to the ranch. I'm starting to get hungry.
You know, I've already killed 10 men with these beauties in my head. Just raining hell on them. You know, like that time up in Valentine when we was in that saloon? Thank you again, sir. I appreciate all of your fine work.
All right, are you happy now?
Happy don't even come close. Just look at these handles, Phil. You ever seen anything so beautiful in your life? I'm calling this one ebony and this one ivory.
That's real nice. Now put them away. When we get back to the ranch, you can play with them until you go fucking blind. Let's get on over to the general store and see if they got everything loaded up.
Oh, I thought we was gonna get me a new jacket.
Do you really need one? Rosalita did a real nice patch-up job on that one, and it's starting to get late.
I suppose it's all right.
Look, next time we're in town, I promise that we'll go to the tailor and get you something. I just want to get back to the ranch. This place bothers me something fierce.
I don't know. Strawberry's got his charm. Take that magic feller.
No!
Uncultured. That's what you two are. Uncultured!
Hey, Fart, am I crazy or are we being followed right now?
Seems that way. What do you think, Phil? Kane's men?
Some people just don't know when to fold. Well, I suppose we ought to take care of this now so we can finish our errands. Fellas, I reckon you're here on the behest of Mr. Charles Kane and that you're wanting to deliver some kind of message for us to stay away from the Hanging Dog Ranch.
Phil?
3 steps to your left, little brother.
We don't know nobody named Kane.
You'd be doing yourselves a kindness if you'd take your hands off those pistols. See, my brother Fart here ain't killed no one in... Well, how long's it been, Fart?
2 weeks, 4 days, and 7 hours. Not that I'm counting.
Fart?
I'd say about 3 steps forward and 1 to the left there, Frank. There you go.
Gentlemen, why don't we make this easy? You fucking bedwetters go back to Mr. Kane and tell them we aim to fix up the hanging dog and that Miss Catherine and her brother is off limits to him. Tell him we don't care what he does in this shithole, but those folks are not to be bothered.
I already told you, we ain't working for nobody named Kane. And we ain't no bedwetters.
Exactly what a fucking bedwetter would say.
You boys got a nice price on your heads.
And we aim to collect.
Phil?
Take 2 steps to the right.
You 3 really don't think you'll be able to shoot your way out of this? Hell, this one's blind for fuck's sake.
I done told Fart over there that he weren't allowed to kill nobody, but I ain't never said he couldn't hurt him real bad.
And I don't need eyes to break your fucking nose!
Ow! He broke my fucking nose!
Get him, boys! You son of a bitch, that's my fucking hat!
You broke my arm! You broke my arm!
Where are you running to, boy?
I'm gonna cut off your balls!
You need to cool off!
Alright, they've had enough. Fart? Damn it, Fart! Horses drink out of there. You want to get the animal sick or something? Frank!
Get him off of me! Get him off of me!
Frank, I said he's had enough! Come on, get up! You alright?
Yeah, I'm all right. Where's Fart?
No! What the hell are you doing, Fart?
What? You broke his arm. Figured it's just best to put him down, you know, like you would a horse.
Put it away, for fuck's sake, Fart.
Hey, looky there, Phil. That one didn't fight. He just stood there and... Oh, hell, I think he wet himself.
Sure smells like it.
Well, what's it gonna be there, bedwetter?
Phil? He ain't wet no bed. Just himself.
Honestly, we ain't working for no one named Kane. We was just trying to collect the bounty.
You're about a month too late, fella. We cleared the bounty already.
No. Marty said he got us the job. Someone named Morgan who give us a lot of money to kill you boys.
Morgan? Stanley Morgan? Well, fuck, he's dead. How long you fellas been looking for us?
It wasn't no Stanley Morgan. Henry was his name. Marty has the letter on him.
You got 2 seconds to hand over that letter he's talking about, or I'll break the other one.
Here, take it.
You boys should pay a visit to the town doctor, get patched up, and get the fuck out of Strawberry. We see you again, and Fart here will put you in the ground.
Or we could just save time and...
Don't go testing me, Fart.
I was just saying, just a suggestion.
Come on, let's get out of this shithole town and back to the Hanging Dog.
Then they just walked away, left them poor bastards right there in the street.
And here I thought the brothers Phloater was supposed to be ruthless killers.
With all due respect, sir, I think it might be unwise to mistake their mercy for weakness. I mean, they have a reputation, Mr. Kane.
As you've told me. And I didn't get to where I am by underestimating people.
So, what do you want to do? Are you going to have that order delivered to them?
Yes. I think it'll be a show of good faith. Perhaps if Miss Kitty sees that I can be reasonable, she'll understand that my offer of marriage isn't the horrid option she seems to believe it is.
And what about them floaters?
We'll let them continue to help the Morgans. Right now, I'd like you to go down to the doctor's office. Take a few bottles of our best whiskey and present it to them boys with my compliments. Then, I'd like you to let the good doctor know that I will be covering all of their medical expenses. After that, I want you to tell them boys that when they are feeling better to come see me, as I might have some more lucrative work for them.
Got it. I'll take care of it right away.
And Billy, see if you can't find me a few more gentlemen who aren't afraid of getting their hands dirty.
The Legend of the Brothers Phloater, Episode 4, Strawberry Again. Directed by Travis Box. Written and produced by James Robinson. Story by James Robinson. Music by Danny Hedham. Characters created by James Robinson, Travis Box, and Danny Hedham. Featuring the voice talents of Travis Box, James Robinson, Danny Hedham, Jeff Mitchell, Dave Miller, Tim Daughtry, Shane Phillips, Stephen Fisher, Stephen Newhan, Leon Thurling, Xavier, and Samantha Stark. The Legend of the Brothers Phloater is a Not Another Podcast production.